Minister, you are one of the worshippers that God has anointed. Also, not only in singing, but to teach about this ministry that we are in.
Yes, sir.
Of praise and worship.
Yes, sir.
Worship. I wouldn't say to you talk about this, but I want you to open your heart, speak about things that are so important that as a worshiper we need to know as well, and touch as well a bit of, there are people that are still struggling, or worshippers that are still struggling to understand between worship and and praise.
Sure.
So I want you to touch that, because those are important factors that we need to know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
as we
sir.
grow in the Lord.
Yes, sir.
So yes, I just want you to open your heart and talk about praise and worship.
Number one, worship is not a slow song.
Yes, it's like you a few weeks I mentioned that to other church.
Yes, yes.
And I saw like I mentioned
no.
something, and I had to now to create
to emphasize. No.
I had to create a session now, and
right there,
right there. Instead of singing, I had to teach for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on.
No.
Yes.
Worship is not a slow song.
Sure.
The first time we hear about worship in the Bible is when God says to Abraham, "Take your son."
All right, go on. Yes.
Go and sacrifice him on the mountain that I will show you. Abraham looks at his wife, looks at his servants, and he says, "Me and the boy are going up to the mountain to worship." And theologians will tell you that there's a rule of first mention.
All right.
When something is first mentioned in the Bible, that's the significant meaning. That's the context that takes priority.
All right.
So it means when God is looking for worship, we need to go back to where it was first mentioned.
Hey.
Because that is the true meaning of it. That's how he wants it. So in that particular text, Fundis, there's no song.
There's no song there.
There's no song. There's no worship team. There are no strings.
Right.
Yeah. Let's lift up our hands and worship.
Yeah.
In that song, it was a painful moment of sacrifice where Abraham had to take his only son, promised to him by God, and go and sacrifice him on the mountain. And Abraham calls it worship. Worship has everything to do with obedience and sacrifice. Where there's no obedience and there's no sacrifice, there's no worship.
Where there's no obedience,
no sacrifice,
and sacrifice,
there's no worship. So regardless of how we lift up our hands and shout Sunday morning, if there's no obedience and sacrifice between Monday and Saturday, Sunday morning songs are useless. They
can even
be
gifted and
yes,
a beautiful, powerful.
Yes, sir.
But the thing is in obedience
and sacrifice. Sunday morning becomes unnecessary. It's just another program that we run in honor of God. But what God is really looking for when he looks for worship, it's who you are on Monday. Who are you on Tuesday? Who are you on Wednesday? Who are you on Thursday, Friday, Saturday? When everyone is grooving, when everyone is corrupt, when everyone is doing what they want to do, when everyone is selfish, when everyone is full of pride, when everyone is sleeping around, who are you?
Who are you?
What are you doing? That is worship. That's the worship that God is looking for. Because when Abraham was walking up that mountain, Fundis, there was nothing nice about that.
No.
There was nothing to clap hands for there. There was nothing to shout about. It was not a rolling on the floor moment, enjoying in the presence of God. Worship has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Worship is your sacrifice. All the sacrifices that you make in honor of God, in honor of God's word, glorifying God. That is worship. Sunday morning is if I can put it this way.
Yeah.
The Sunday morning service is a beneficiary.
Yes.
Of the life of worship.
Yeah.
So in Sunday morning, we are enjoying the fruits.
Yes.
We are there celebrating a life of worship that we've been living from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Then Sunday morning, we gather there. We sing songs of worship. The songs are not worship.
Yes.
The songs are born of worship. But the song themselves are an expression of worship. The worship is who you are off stage, not on stage. So I wish most ministers could understand that we preach more off stage than on stage.
Hey, repeat that again, my friend.
We preach more. Your
Yes.
biggest sermon,
Yes.
your loudest sermon is off stage.
It's off stage.
Your loudest song is off stage, not on stage. On stage is 10% of worship. Off stage is 90%. How you treat people, how you love people, how you respect people, how you honor your family, how you raise your kids, how you serve in your local church, how you choose to have integrity. That's worship. It's your whole life, and God is looking at it as, do you honor me? Do you glorify me? That's the thing that lifts up a fragrance of worship to God, not your songs on Sunday morning. Your life makes your songs acceptable.
Sure.
And now we are trying to do it the other way around. We think that our songs will qualify our lives.
Yeah.
And that's not how it works. It's the life. David says, create in me a clean heart, God.
A clean heart.
That I may worship you. And that's what God is looking for, a clean heart. Most of the time, if not all the time, the Bible speaks of worship in the Bible. It hardly has anything to do with a song. I beseech thee, brethren.
Yes.
Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Right.
This is your reasonable act of worship. Your body. What you do with your body. What you don't do with your body. It's worship.
Yes, it's worship.
Yes. How you choose to keep your body. How you choose to present your body. How you dress. How you just how you take care of your body is worship.
Yeah. Underline this word.
So we're busy
That you
looking.
present.
Yes, sir. How you present your body. It's worship. Male or female. How you present your body. It's worship. Some people don't realize that. Let's say, for instance, I am hired at Capitec.
Right.
And Capitec has a dress code.
All right.
I go to Capitec. I honor their dress code.
Their dress code.
Because they want us to be presentable. There are people who are more presentable at Capitec than at church.
Hey, bro.
So there are people who don't realize that they worship better at Capitec than at church. There are better worshipers out in the secular world than in the church.
Oh my word.
Because you respect your body better in other places than in the house of the Lord.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be that way.
My word.
So people should understand that your life, look at your life. Check your life, because that's your song of worship. Your loudest song of worship to God is your lifestyle. That's the song he's looking for.
So you do worship and praise sessions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Seminars, workshops.
Seminars. Yes.
I've done a lot. Even in Botswana just now, I was there with Pastor Churchill Silatule.
Yeah.
We were running a workshop there.
Yes.
For worship teams. I've done quite a few.
Sure.
So, if you need that, call me through to your church.
Yeah.
I'll come, sit down, even if it's not a church, it's just worshipers who want to know more about worship, understand worship better. Let's have these conversations. It will help us.
It will help them.
It will help us.
Family, if you like this clip, why don't you just go for more clips over here and for full episode right here. God bless you and thank you for watching.